Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cardistry, Lore and More. I'm here with my co-host Brennan Connor,
Hello.
and today we have a very special guest, Oliver Sogard. Oliver, how are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing very
Yay.
good. Glad to be on here. Super excited. And thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Long overdue.
for sure.
Glad to be
Maybe
here.
one of our most requested guests
Yes.
amongst
Just
the
heard
other
about-
Danish fellows.
Kevin just told me about the other guests, and seems like there are a lot of OGs. I might be the only non-technique guy on here.
Yeah, were you ever on any other forums?
I wasn't on technique or what were they called? C3 or what was the name of that one?
Cheater?
Yeah, that one.
Or like the
Were you on the Dan and Dave forums?
I was, yes.
Oh.
A lot actually. I love that.
Was your
Okay.
username just like Oliver Sogard, or did you have like a special handle back then?
I think it was just my name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe
You're-
it was. I think it was Oliver A.S.
Yeah, I remember watching your throwback video from like way back when you had your Oliver S video, and
Yes.
you're doing like the flourishes.
Yeah.
This one, classic, legend, the legendary
Yes.
move.
So that begs the question: how did you get started, Oliver? Like, what's your origin story in all of this? How did
I-
Cardistry find you? How did you find Cardistry?
I found it through magic,
Yeah.
like everyone else. Yeah.
Was it
I
was it Oz Perlman?
No, no. It was a guy at my school, just in primary school, who showed me a card trick. All of a sudden, he didn't do it a lot, and nobody really knew that he did card tricks. But one day, he just pulled out a card trick. I don't remember which one. Probably just some simple, self-working magic kind of or mathematical kind of trick. But I loved it, and then immediately went back home and searched on YouTube for all the magic videos I could find, and then started doing a lot of card tricks.
Wow. And
Yeah.
this was which year?
Must have been 2008, I think.
2008. So that was like a couple years after YouTube, and the trilogy had just come out the year before.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was 2007.
2007.
Okay.
So from Magic, how did you find your way to just flourishes and cardistry?
I mean, in the beginning, I did a lot of like coin tricks and
Coin
card tricks and all of that stuff.
You gotta.
I mean, yeah, napkin tricks.
Yes!
What else? Yes.
Yeah, the
Like-
napkin tricks go crazy.
Thumb tips.
Um,
You gotta
shoe
have one of
lights.
these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shoving
Shoelace
things
tricks.
through bottles.
Yes, exactly. That kind of stuff. Everything. Just whatever was hot at the time on like Illusionist or 311. But I loved all the there was the Wire. Do you remember that?
Of course.
311. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan and Dave were putting out. I mean, that might have been a little later on, but when Dan and Dave put out the weekly or like bi-weekly download on demand videos on their site, I just loved it. That was the best ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I did magic for like primarily card magic for like half a year or a year, and then somehow found Cardistry on YouTube probably, and slowly transitioned into that because I enjoyed like practicing more than performing, way more, and just. I mean, when I think back about that time, I have a lot of memories about me flashing during magic when I was performing. I was always flashing, and people were like, "Yeah, I just saw what you did, dude."
Oh, it's the worst feeling.
Yeah,
You can't flash
So-
a flourish. Like the flourish is
Exactly.
meant to be flashed.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the common thread with Cardist is like as soon as in our magic phase pre-cardistry, as soon as someone's like, I know what you did, magic's dead to us, and that's when the true transition to cardistry begins.
Yeah, we go over to the dark side.
Yeah. Welcome to the dark side.
But yeah, I just thought it was more. It was also more creative to me, or like I felt like I had more of a creative output when I could actually sit and come up with these small flourishes. I thought there was a bigger or a higher, what's it called, barrier of entry to like actually making your own magic tricks and card tricks. It was like it seemed a little more out of reach compared to creating a little cute packet cut.
For sure. For sure.
And I feel like that played a big role as well, because it was important to me to have some kind of like have a sense of actually creating something and being able to put that in the world through videos, YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
That leads into a nice point then, because I've heard through the Danish grapevine that you started creating your own stuff like pretty quick into it all. Your own mechanics, your own moves. Is that true?
That is true. I think that might have come out of maybe a little bit out of just ease, or it was like more straightforward for me to just go directly into creating my own things. And it differs, like when I tell people about this, some people say the best is to get the fundamentals down first, and others say that's a good way of really boosting your creativity and like really also making stuff that is even more unique, because you don't really have this understanding of how the mechanics should be, or how this and that should be done. Yeah, but that is true. I just went straight into creating these super weird things, and I still can't do T.G. Murphy deck flip.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What happens? Does the card fly out? Or?
Yeah, it's the single card.
Single card.
Still,
so funny. It but it kind of makes sense though, because I feel like up until basically this year, I see cardists now that are really heavily influenced by your style and can kind of like perform up to snuff now. But until this year, I don't think there's been a single other cardist who could perform material like you, even close. And it's always kind of been this like anomaly of like, how does he do it like he does? Like it's so smooth and the finger placements are so precise and perfect. But you've been building on your own mechanics since like the very beginning, so it truly is like your own style, which I think is very unique in the cardistry world. So
maybe that is just because I didn't really learn a lot of stuff. I also think a reason for not learning a lot of the basics in the beginning was as soon as I performed them, and that might have something to do with my hand size, honestly, but every time I tried to perform Squeeze or Pandora or any classic move, it just looked off to me. I was like, and it looked a little off to me. Maybe it's the like self-conscious thing. Like you get a little self-conscious when you look at your own, or when you look at material from other people performed by you. But it might also just be, I don't know. But I think that played a role as well. So I just, when you're creating something yourself, you don't really have that understanding of what it should look like, so you can do it any way you want.
Got it. That's interesting. So you're saying if you don't learn Squeeze and Jackson 5 at the beginning, and then you will eventually create 4 packet cuts like Oliver.
Yes.
That's the secret.
Don't do it, guys.
No Squeeze. Don't learn Squeeze.
Don't do it.
So, yes.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so even though you weren't like big on learning other people's moves, like did you still have what you consider to be like early influences back in the day, like people who had like an impact on your style of cardistry, on the way that you approach creativity? Like, who did you look up to?
Definitely. I mean, obviously Dan and Dave, big
Yeah.
time. They are just like we. Yeah,
The fellows.
we have to thank them every day. They're just the legends. But yeah, I looked up to them a lot. Also, just yeah, in terms of how they made their videos, and they just seemed like these big Hollywood idols. It was amazing. And apart from them, there were all these at the time. Obviously, YouTube played a big, was like the cornerstone of the community, pretty much. I feel like. I mean, we had the forums, but the community on YouTube was very strong, and that was more a thing than Instagram, because Instagram, I think, didn't even really exist back then. But
No, still only pictures.
yeah. But I mean, there were Jordan Lapping and Viet and also CJ and Tash Fig and
Yeah,
all
Taz.
these guys. Obviously Kevin as well. Yeah, Spencer
Goats.
Clark.
I hung out with
Spencer.
Tash. I hung out with
Yeah.
Tash the other day.
Nice.
Tash is putting out some good stuff on TikTok.
He'll be
He's
at
still
Cardistry
killing
Con.
it. Awesome.
Yeah, some
Really
OGs
nice.
are crawling out of the mud.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's the past, but let's fast forward to right now. What's like your relationship to cardistry now? Like, you've been a key figure in the hobby, in the industry for so long now. You've made so many classic videos, classic moves, classic decks, and it's basically been your livelihood for so long. But like, kind of, where do you see yourself with the art right now?
I mean, I still love it, like, more than anything, honestly. But it is obviously changing how much I do it, and also in terms of like how much I actually create. I mean, I feel like everyone I talk to say the same thing, that they're creating less stuff the more they've been doing cardistry and actually practicing cardistry. But I mean, my love for playing cards has not gone away a tiny bit, not at all.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
How do you keep that enthusiasm alive, like after all this time, for cards and cardistry? Like, is it just a mindset that you have, or perspective?
That's a good question. I think, yeah, just staying curious, and also, yeah, like trying to see a lot of different stuff and following what's going on. I mean, I try to follow what's like what's coming out all the time, and new stuff. But obviously, it's also difficult sometimes. But
Yeah.
For sure. For
yeah.
sure.
I
You've
think
been-
just
You've been, sorry to cut you off. You've been very consistent though with like creating, even if not at the same rate, but creating and releasing new moves, at least like a couple times a year though. Do you think that's an important element of keeping your love for it though? Is like still producing, finishing, and then releasing, and then moving on to the next thing?
yeah, I think that has played a role, and obviously also having it as my primary job or like livelihood for all these years have. I mean, to some people it can sort of put at or like lower your enthusiasm, because suddenly you have to think about making a living off of your hobby. But I think for me it was probably the opposite, because it just meant that I could focus 100% on doing this, and yeah, also in terms of like or that relationship of like creating something and you wanting to present it in a beautiful way by doing a flourish that you created. I mean, that's sort of a cool little um, circle of events, or like whatever you want to call it.
For sure. For sure. It is kind of meditative too, I think, like especially the longer you've been doing it and you kind of have your own philosophy of what cardistry is to you, and you work within those tenets, and it's kind of just like a very stable part of your life as well, at least for myself. Like that's like I don't know, it's just a part of my day to day, and I don't think that it will ever go away. So
No, same.
nice. I do want to get into the nitty gritty of some of your creation process though, because I've been very curious. If you don't mind us digging into it a little bit. So I feel like since jet packets, and probably even before then, it's been very this like style of packet cutting that's so. I don't even. How would you describe it yourself? Your style of packet cutting?
I mean, I think it's kind of interesting and a little weird because it wasn't something I was aware of at all. But like how I went from 3 packets to 4 packets almost exclusively. I think I don't know when that exactly happened, but for some reason I went over to 4 packets. But I would say complexity plays a big role in like. In what I create. I like it being a little complex, but it obviously also has to look good and feel good, and say something new, or like have some kind of newness to it.
Interesting. A lot of like packet, for lack of a better word, interplay, which sounds
Yeah.
packet interplay.
Yeah,
And
influencing each other.
influencing each other.
Love that stuff.
Is there? Do you feel ever like constrained, kind of within that, or are you open to like trying new, maybe not styles, but like new movements or I don't know, techniques or stuff, or like kind of what's your
I mean,
mindset there?
I kind of like just having sort of my little primary favorite little area of cardistry, but obviously I dabble with. I mean, I have tried doing some isolations, but I must say they will never really be my thing. But I try different stuff. But I think it's nice to just have a little focus area. But it's also interesting how or a little yeah. I just sometimes I also kind of forget that I actually have a bunch of, like, from the very early days, a bunch of stuff that isn't packet cuts, like Friffle and Prince Charming and Aura Cut and
ATM.
ATM and Retrigger and all that stuff. Pincho that isn't really packet cuts.
Yeah.
But obviously there is also the whole difficulty aspect. Like, it is very difficult to come up with these, what do they call, like, people usually call them XCM moves, like Noel, Aviv type moves.
For sure.
It's so difficult.
But I mean, you create enough classic XCM moves, and you can be like, I did it. Now I can go like do my little interplay.
Yeah.
All I want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is really nice to have those, and I've also started like to really to get back into some of those XCM type moves that I think you might have seen the little double spinny spinny card I posted.
From
That's
offhand.
exactly, that's also a move I just revisited recently, and also the cactus move. I don't know. That one is a lot of fun, especially when you do the Pharaoh version and you split it in two, also from offhand.
Yeah.
That's basically XCM. I guess.
Well, I mean, I can keep diving into creation stuff, but maybe we'll hop back into it. But how long does it take you from like inception to performance for like a move? Because like you have such tight openers, like they're very recognizable openers, then the flow of the mechanic is perfect, and then you always have like a really clean closer, and there never seems to be, extra movements everything just feels very perfected.
And also, do you have a name for what you do at the end of a cut where you like really square up the deck? Like really securely? You'll do something and then you'll like just make sure it's like super square.
What do I do?
Like you have this way of squaring up the cards at the end of a flourish. Like it's not an all-around square. It's just like a way of squaring the cards and then displaying them at the end.
Oh yeah, don't you like fist bump it or something?
Fist bump it sometimes.
Oh, like this. Yeah. It's all about the little details, the little square ups.
As I've said before, that's like Cardist producer tags right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
What was the question?
How long does it
Oh yeah,
take
creation
from-
process. Yeah, what?
process.
Or just like what do you start with? You starting with the opener? You starting with the closer? You starting with the middle? Like, how do you do it?
That differs a lot. I feel like it's often the opener actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, these days, creating like from idea to finished move, it can take like a year or two, honestly.
Yeah.
It's because then there are months of not really working on it, and then you get back into it, and then you find like a little nugget, and that becomes a part of the move. Then you try it out for a month, then it doesn't work. It turns out it doesn't work.
Bro,
then you
it's so
go
relatable.
back. Yeah, then you go back and try to figure out a new direction.
I think that's okay. No, now you put it that way. That's something about your cardistry is like your moves tend to be a perfect combination of like those aha moments that you only really discover through like intense iteration and repetition of a packet cut, like testing out different like finger placements, micro adjustments. But your moves are like a full package of many of those moments, which is very impressive because like it shows true practice and time and again like iteration put into it. So I think that's what's always been so like amazing to me about your moves.
I think it has. What is the name of it? Like the in Danish, it's called like the counting tree or something. Like where you start in one point and then you try out all these different routes. Choose one of them.
Decision matrix.
Yes,
kind of.
Yes, exactly. Then you just go to that one and you do the same thing and try out the different directions. Pick one and keep going.
Yeah.
That is really just creating cardistry in a nutshell, or at least packet cuts, because there are several different moments where you have to make big decisions.
And the worst part is when you do a new move and you try it for like a month or two, and then you forget what you did before, and then you rediscover what you did before, and then you try that out for a month again, and then you're like, wait, this one didn't work. Classic. So document your moves, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you document your moves? Do you film yourself, you record yourself, and that's how you keep track of what you've done and your progress? Or do you just do it by memory? Like, how do you archive?
I record a lot on my computer, but not as much as I used to. But there was also a time where I was creating like constantly, like hours per day, like I guess 5 hours a day or something. Like also just at school, just constantly creating. I don't really do that anymore. Not as intensely. More dabbling, obviously. But back then it was a lot of like photo booth videos on the computer.
Ah, yes.
And yeah. And then I also kind of like sometimes the challenge of just remembering
Bro,
where you are.
Once you get older, though, it's like...
Maybe it's not the best thing to do.
At the very least, you got to give the move a name if you're going to remember it.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. Do you ever like create like really late at night? Maybe you're tucked into bed and you're just kind of messing around and you figure something out. You're like, oh, this is crazy. But then you know if you go to bed, if you go sleepy, you're gonna forget it in the morning. So you like either drill it or like really think about it hard, or
Yeah.
is it just me?
I mean, I don't really like doing cardistry laying down.
Dude, you gotta try it.
Yeah,
I remember Jonas saying to do that. He said he would like lie down and like practice with the cards above his face, so you would like practice against gravity, and it would train muscles that you didn't know you had.
wow.
Yeah,
And practice on your stomach with your legs kicking in the air.
and clapping together.
Clapping
your legs.
clapping your feet together. Um, well, I guess the segue from that then is practice, because at least in the core three Danish style cardists of you, Tobias, and Nick, I think you all have like slightly different maybe practice styles or something. I remember talking to you, Oliver, in like Berlin or something, and you said that a way that you practice is just to do the move like extremely slowly, making sure every movement's like correct, and then just kind of gradually speeding up over time, but starting slow from the beginning. Is that a style of practice that you still utilize, or you have any tips for practicing really complex mechanical moves that take so much precision and kind of like precise muscle memory?
I think that is the way to do it. And actually try to not think about the speed at all. For like, yeah, just don't think about it until you really are comfortable with the move. I would still say that's the way to do it. And just also be conscious about what you're doing.
Right.
And actually like dive into the finer details. I mean, I kind of also, I get why people will, like some people are not really interested in really geeking out about the tiny details, but I think, yeah, to me, yeah, I just love that. I just love like really getting into, and that's also, I think that might have also been one of the reasons why I wasn't a huge fan of learning other people's moves back in the day. I just wanted to do them exactly as they were doing them, like the creators were doing them. Maybe it's some kind of perfectionism, I don't know, but sometimes I would practice a move for like months and then suddenly realize there was this little grip that they're doing in a different way, sometimes even a different way than what they're saying in the tutorial.
For sure. They're not even aware of it.
Yeah, I've seen that a bunch of times where people explain a move in one way and then they do it in a different way, and it's like, what the... It's kind of strange, but yeah. What was the question?
I love that. That was basically it, though. And I honestly, maybe that's why there's been an uptick of people, because I see people perform some of your packet cuts now, like 4 packet cuts on Instagram, and they do them really well with your flow and mechanics. But maybe that's because you're teaching these on Patreon now, so you're actually able to verbalize like those precise, specific mechanics or finger placements that you've discovered over the years, so people can finally perform the way they're meant to.
But I have also noticed myself actually teaching a move slightly different than how I perform it. I don't know why. I mean, yeah. Sometimes there's just further between the mind and the hands that you actually are aware of, I think.
Got it. The slow practice, though, it's tough. Like, mentally, it's really hard to have that level of discipline to practice that way. Because it's like, you want to go fast, right? Because when you practice fast, too, you're almost able to ignore the errors that you're making and the bad muscle memory you're building up. But it makes it it's fun to do that. But when it comes to performance, it's obviously a negative. But yeah, how would you recommend like going through the motions for learning to practice slow? Because I've always struggled with that.
Yeah, it's not as fun, right?
Yeah,
it is a little. it becomes even more meditative, which is a good thing, I would say. If you really go slow, and you have to sort of force yourself to be a little bored, which is can also be a good thing, especially in this day and age,
For sure.
where we aren't really bored ever. Um, yeah, but it's I mean just finding yeah I guess finding the what is actually, or like some kind of interest in the details, as I said before. I think that's a good way
For
to
sure.
approach it.
And the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Let's shift to the Patreon.
Yeah,
How's it been?
it's been fun. It's also been a challenge. I mean, I wanted to do one video for every week this year. That was a little bit of a mouthful, so I haven't been doing or been uploading much recently, but I think I'll get back to it pretty soon.
Got it.
But
Yeah,
yeah, there were like half a year where I did a video every week.
did you
And
like plan out to pace yourself at the very beginning to be like, I have this number of moves, and if I do it weekly, I'll have it for like this amount of time, or what was your approach?
Yeah, I tried to do or like split it up between like some kind of philosophy and some kind of design breakdown, and then tutorials for the other videos. But it seems like people prefer tutorials. Um, but that's, I mean, that's understandable, and I feel like I have enough moves to keep doing videos for a long time. I feel like I have
Cool.
got
still
it.
haven't gone through like I think I'm at like less than 20% probably. I mean, there's
Yeah.
just like also if you want to go over like variations and stuff. I mean, there's plenty of material to dive into.
People said, not stop talking, just teach the move.
Yeah, yes, exactly, exactly.
We don't want to hear you talk. Just teach Kashmir immediately.
Yes, yeah. But
Um,
it's been fun. It is also I mean, it is a little bit of a challenge to be on camera that much and to talk to the camera and plan it out, and but it's been a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of that, like working on all these things, like you have pretty much had to have become a one-man studio throughout all these years when it comes to running Dealer Script and stuff, like doing the design and the filming and the editing and the performance and the production and all that. So is it how is it? Is it stressful? Is it rewarding? Like, how do you feel
I've
about being the epicenter of your brand?
I think it's fun. I mean, obviously, I try to. I mean, good cardistry or like good cardistry videos. I think you have to have someone filming them. I mean, you can't just. I mean, you can do some stuff with a tripod, but if you're actually doing a performance video, I think the best output is with someone who's handling the camera, but also that the person who's handling the camera is a cardist. I think that is.
That's a good point.
I mean, you can kind of see it in how the camera work is being done, whether it's a cardist or a non-cardist. But yeah, I've worked with a bunch of different people, obviously for video, and also we have friends and yeah, a bunch of different people over the years. For the Patreon videos, I just wanted the setup to be as minimal as possible, so that wouldn't be a hurdle and it wouldn't limit me, and it wouldn't like. I just wanted it to be simple so that I didn't have to go through a bunch of or like set up this. What can you call it? Like I just feel like it would be more of a struggle to actually do the videos if it was this big crazy studio setup.
Hmm. Yeah, it feels more personal that way too. Like, just
Exactly.
you and the camera and talking or like doing the tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I tried, and I mean, I did usually do some kind of script beforehand to get an idea of what I wanted to go over, and like try to. I feel like also when you're doing a tutorial, it's a good idea to actually practice the tutorial as well, and like to actually
It's a good point.
think about what are the most important things to say about this move, because for some moves it's good to really stress a certain little technical detail.
Yeah.
For sure. That's meta as hell. You gotta slow practice
Yeah.
the tutorial about slow practice.
Are you gonna come out with the tutorial?
Yeah. One day.
Talking about cards, yeah, explaining a move is kind of an insane concept when you think about it.
Yes.
Just like,
It's not very like intuitive and straightforward. Like you have to really. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head. Also,
yeah,
I remember when we did the old dealer script tutorials, we would sometimes like just sit in a room for like hours with these warm lights and just redo takes over and over because we were saying one word a little bit in a
Oh,
strange way, and it was yeah. And also when you've done tutorials for, like do multiple takes, it also starts to sound less natural, and then
for
you get
sure.
into yeah.
Yeah, those tutorials are great though. There'd be like the slow part, and then they would like hyper zoom and like circle the ring finger, be like,
Yeah.
and then like text would pop up, and like, but you'd be like, as the learner, you'd be like in this grip, like waiting for the next move, and then like the tutorial would stop and like zoom in on the ring finger and all this text. You're like, what's no? I just need to know like, what's the next part?
Yeah, and it is difficult because some people prefer that, and some people prefer just you going over it like without any cutting, without any animation stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole world in its own.
I think Patreon's a nice in between like the demo style, with like it's just like the performance slowed down and kind of like the hyper intense explanations, and then it kind of like bridges the
Yeah,
two. I think we all speak enough like Cardinese now that like Patreons, we're at a place where a Patreon can exist at like a really high level.
yeah,
To piggyback off Kevin's question then about you kind of being a one person show, then I think a lot of the community like tends to forget that creating cardistry doesn't automatically make you a like like a designer when it comes to like back designs and stuff. Like it's not a one-to-one relationship there, but you've created some very spectacular designs, and I think your design style has like really evolved over, it's probably what, almost a decade now. What's kind of been your like process there, and like where are you at now when it comes to like the products you design, like the decks and stuff? How did you learn? How have you maintained? Where do you think it's going to go?
yeah. I think it's one thing I think is pretty cool is how I basically didn't really know anything about like the whole designing thing when I started out, and have learned a lot during my time with dealer script. So I think it's been sort of it's been combined, like my journey with cards and my journey with design, and that's also why the output has sort of evolved a lot, I think. But yeah, I just really like I like how with cardistry you basically have this canvas that like it just is. Let's say you're skateboarding. The design of the skateboard doesn't really make that big of a difference. I mean, but since there's so much space on the back of playing cards, I think there's a lot of sort of aesthetic potential just within a deck of playing cards, more compared to more than there are compared to other mediums. So I think that's just something I like about playing cards.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's even evolved beyond the cards now. It's almost in like this interesting industrial design space because the tuck box is like very much a element of the design process now too, and even like the structure of the card, like what Missing's doing with all their products, poking holes and stuff, and reshaping the cards. But especially you, anyone, and Small Wonders though, like the detail to the tuck cases is like it's so cool to me. Especially yours. You got holes. You got holes in your boxes too.
Yeah, the holes. Those are awesome. Yeah,
but it's like very intricate. I think intentional design. So I think.
Yeah, but I think that's almost, or that's maybe one slightly negative thing, but about cardistry. But now we're obviously moving past that with different playing card sizes and holes in the cards themselves. But
Yeah.
but the medium is also a little limited in that it is. I think there's only so much you can do. It is still like you still need a set number of pieces of paper. It's not like you are still a little limited within what the object is. But I think maybe we'll see even more of experimenting with the medium over the next years. But yeah, as you mentioned, different sizes of the cards is one step, and also holes in the
Materials.
cards.
Anyone just dropped their like stainless steel deck, or
True. Yeah.
maybe there'll be big cards coming.
Yeah.
Big hand cards.
Yeah, I asked Nathan if he was ever going to do 105% for me, and yeah,
Just for
I
you.
think they will. Yeah, just for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I wanted to touch on move names. Like you've created a lot of iconic moves, but they also have very iconic names. We have like Maverick and Transfix and Pincho and ATM and Retrigger. Like there's a certain satisfaction that comes with like matching the move to what it's called. Like, what's your creative process for coming up with like the ideal move name?
I think that's pretty important because it is what, like, if people can easily talk about it, then it is probably going to be more popular or impactful move, I think, or it might. I think it can just help in it sort of spreading and in people actually being interested in the move if it has a good name. So I think it is important, but it is also difficult to really get it right. I think it has to be somewhat simple, and it also have to preferably have a relation to what you're seeing or feeling when you're doing the move. Yeah, but sometimes it also it's some weird stuff that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Why don't we talk about Cardistry Con a little bit, maybe, and then
Yes.
we'll pivot.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cardistry Con.
Cardistry Con.
Cardistry Con is in like
It's
a week
soon.
and a half. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
So soon.
Very, very soon. Yeah.
So you're one of the organizers, Oliver, along with Tobias. How has that been? I mean, iteration 1 was in Tokyo. I think the convention was like a huge success. So how has it been kind of taking the mantle from Dan and Dave to run these events?
It's been a big honor, and it is also a really big responsibility, in my opinion. I do still think it's pretty important part of the community. Just having this, I mean, physical events are very important to cardistry, but especially this one where it's like almost, or or like it's just one of the bigger ones, and it's just this. There's just so much energy in it, and also the leading up to it, and people being looking forward to it and talking about it, and it just it is important within the community. So it's been a big responsibility. Yeah, I think we really nailed it in Tokyo, and I'm we've been working a lot on this New York one, and I think it's going to be awesome.
That's great.
It's a big crew.
What can people expect from this year's con? Maybe not like you don't want to spoil anything, of course, but like just vibe-wise, any like tidbits that you can touch on.
We have the awards are back.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. We have the film festival going on again, CCFF. We have a great venue in a great area of New York, and we have an awesome after party and a lot of little things planned around sort of the main event during that weekend. I know there are also a few pop-ups in the city, and
Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's a Gordon pop. There's a Gordon night.
yes,
You DJing.
yes, it's
You
gonna be
got.
fun.
Do you have an idea of the set you're gonna perform?
I think it's just gonna be a bunch of my favorite songs from my life.
Can't go
So
wrong
it
with
is
that.
a really wide variety of genres.
Okay, nice.
Stuff I like.
And then there's a. Is there a missing event or Komarabi
It might
event
be
as
like
well?
missing
Yes.
Komorebi, Cardistry Core, like all.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
it's gonna be awesome.
So
But it is, it is a lot of work to like put on an event of this size and to make everything work together and come together. And but it's so rewarding. It's like Tokyo last year was amazing. That was like it really just, it is just the best to meet up with all the card homies.
totally. I think we did this for last year's con too, but as someone you've been to every single Cardistry con, right? Basically.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of newer cardists, maybe younger cardists, this will probably be their first event, or maybe like the fellow you met in Greenland. They've never met another cardist before. You have any fatherly advice for these newer cardists coming into the space maybe for the first time, like what to expect? Just like little tips like that.
Just I would say just try to just ask people if you have questions. Like I feel like everyone are just so open to talking about cardistry, and to answer any questions. So yeah, just go up and ask if you have any questions, and also yeah, I guess
It's a good point. If you run out of if you don't know what to say, maybe you're a little shy or something, just go straight into talking about some technical
Yeah.
artistry stuff, and people will be down. Just
Yes,
go
because
talk about
we
like
all
the,
love it.
the Mockingbird's spin speed or something.
Yeah,
And, like people
yes.
will be like, "Yeah, I could talk about that for hours."
Yes.
Nerd out, and people will absolutely be down to go into
Yes.
detail. So
100%. Yeah. Also, just try to really utilize that this weekend is actually on and that everyone is in town. So
yeah.
maybe do some jams in the evenings, hang out with people, make new friends, and
Yeah, good point. Because you make new friends this year, say it's your first time, you make friends, then you're going to see them again next year at the con. So it's a good time to like build friendship roots here, because then they might expand for literally the rest of your life. So
Yes.
no pressure.
100%. 100%.
So Oliver, I think that you are one of the funniest guys in cardistry.
Appreciate it.
Everything from cardistry is an extreme sport to egg in director's cut
Oh my god.
to what was it? The opening of Orange with the cereal box.
The
And
sacrilegious Pope
the
performance
Pope
in London.
performance in London.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Like, you know, even down to the way that like you describe cardistry sometimes through the script. Like you have phrases like extremely acceptable, like mildly adequate, angular semantics. Obviously, like how does humor play a role in your cardistry?
I, when it comes to those sayings you had at the end, like important documents and extremely acceptable and all that stuff, I think that's just a lot of them are like, or what was it, angular semantics. A lot of them are actually me trying to come up with synonyms for cardistry.
Yeah.
Like really elaborate, crazy synonyms for cardistry. And yeah, I don't know why, but I've always thought that was a fun thing to do. Maybe because it is kind of maybe it's also an attempt at like just creating some actual lore or culture or a history, which we don't really have a lot of, since it is a pretty new art form. So I think it is fun to sort of imagine, like for example, imagine like what would the clinical name be of cardistry, like the Latin name of cardistry, like something like that.
Yeah, weren't we just talking like right before the podcast about like having a fear of magicians in cardistry?
Yeah, yeah. We should actually come up with a term for like when you have a cardistry phobia.
Yeah, pasteboard phobia or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's also yeah. I just like to. I think creativity and humor are closely connected, and yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorites from you is Magic Ulrich.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Legendary.
That was with that was a video for those who haven't seen it. There was a video where I was dressed as a magician and walked around in San Francisco and performed literally the worst magic tricks. Yeah, like where there's like a little. I think I had a wand,
A wand with the
and
flower.
inside the wand was the flower, and then it was a little pot with a magnet in it. So you basically just pulled it out, and there's a little flower bouquet. That kind of stuff in front of people, just random people in the street. And I was wearing, what was it? The glasses with the nose,
The nose and the mustache.
And a top hat and a cape.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good times.
Good
A
time.
long time ago.
Times.
Yeah.
Shout out Joe Pon. Joe Pon. Misdirections Magic Shop.
Oh yes.
Yeah. All right, Oliver. So this is the part of the show where we ask people what their favorite blanks are. Are you ready?
Yes.
No pressure.
No pressure. So we start with, what is your favorite solo video?
I mean, that is a big question. I think Sequence
Oh,
by
Aviv's.
Aviv is one of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, that shit goes crazy.
Yeah. And what else? I think also what was the first Vert video after the big break?
Test room.
Was that Test Room? Yes, love that video when that came out. Oof. Also XCM, I know.
Oh yeah.
Great video. But can I only pick like one, or how?
You can name a few. I think XCM is
Okay.
like it will go into the next category, which is like the favorite collab video. So maybe that's your
Mm,
answer for like collab video.
definitely.
But yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
So,
We're pretty lax on the rules. You can name a few that come to mind.
what else when it comes to collab videos? What do you guys have when it comes to collab video?
I think
Like me and
XCM is
Brendan.
like top of the line, the
Yeah.
finest of the fine.
Yeah. It's a really good video.
Do
I,
you and Tobias? Wait, you and Tobias have videos?
Yeah, Wheels
What?
Within Wheels and
Oh
that's
yeah.
true, yeah.
Palm.
What does wheels within wheels mean?
Um, don't remember. I think there was some kind of meaning to it. I think it was more the in terms of yeah, I don't remember.
Like two wheels spinning the same. Like one of you are a wheel and Tobias is a wheel. Within you, and you're both spinning
I don't remember.
really fast.
Yeah, I think that was 2014, probably. So 11 years ago, a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a collab video. I think is that the only like actual one we have together?
Well,
I think
there's Palm
so.
as well that you
Oh yeah,
debuted at the con.
yeah.
And there's
And I
other videos
guess
that feature the two of you, like there's Tron Hype, and there's
I mean, are jam videos collab videos?
that's a good question. I'd say they are, but maybe I don't know. What do you feel, Brendan? Are jam videos collab videos? No,
No, they're jam videos.
they're jam videos, the third category.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
We need to update our topics now officially.
What's your favorite jam video?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's two categories down. Oliver, what
Also,
is
also
yes?
a quick one is Helix by Ben Yu and
Oh,
Ambrose.
Ambrose.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I remember
yeah,
that won a Dan and Dave contest, I think,
yes,
or
yeah.
a Theory 11 contest.
It was either the
Um,
CCC at Theory 11 or a Dan and Dave thing.
Yeah, I think they beat Spencer and Luca and I's video
oh
Mm-hmm.
yes,
or something like that.
was that a Dan and Dave thing or a
It was
Theory?
either
Do you
CCC or
remember?
maybe Helix came after. Oh, because they did a project with Dan and Dave, didn't they?
Yeah, it was.
That never came out.
No, it did come out eventually, and I think it's still on Vanishing Ink.
Vanishing Ink.
I kind of want to say that it was a Dan and Dave contest, but yeah, love that video,
Yeah,
and I watched it religiously back then. There are some great moves.
for sure. Those two are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you get to meet Ambrose when you came to Singapore, Oliver?
Yes, I've met both of them.
Oh, fantastic.
I think I met Ben in Sweden as well
Oh,
for Magic Weekend, I think.
huh.
At one time. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite move?
My favorite move. Okay. Of my own? No.
How about both? What's your favorite move that's not original, and your favorite move that you've created?
Yeah. I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to mind is like palm spin.
Oh, Bits thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Goes hard.
No, that's like that's not. Yeah.
It's a crazy, crazy niche pick.
Yeah, it is a fun move. But my favorite move. I mean, I really like Pandora. I think it's such an iconic, but it is also a little kind of an obvious pick. But I really think Pandora is insane. Also, just in how it's structured and like how there hasn't really been anything like it since
No,
then and
yeah.
before it, and it's so. Also, the fact that it's 3 moves combined. I mean, that wasn't that wasn't really a thing people did a lot back then, and still isn't. Just
No,
like
yeah.
combining moves in a sequence. And it still, even though that it is 3 moves combined, it still feels like one thing.
Yeah.
They're not like totally different. I mean, they are kind of different, but it also seems like one thing. You could tell someone that it was one move. But yeah, Pandora is a favorite of mine. Um,
How about your own move? No?
um, think pullover. When if it's
All
4
over.
packet, yeah, pullover or fourths, or retrigger ATM. The classics. But I think if we're just talking about like straight up packet cuts, I really like pullover.
Awesome.
Is pullover taught in your Patreon?
Not yet. No.
But income. Will it be?
Income.
Income.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's move. Next up is what is your favorite deck? And again, we can delve into a deck that is not by dealer's grip, and then your favorite dealer's grip deck.
Think when it comes to, I mean, I used to. Back in the days, I used the circle back tallies all the time, and I still love those. Just
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it is kind of strange how a lot of those classic decks are like very very, like you can almost sense that a lot of them are like, a lot of those designs are probably 100 years old or more. I would say you can kind of sense it, and it's not really something I feel like anybody would make these days. Like it's the history adds a lot to, or like the history is part of why it's still a design thing. But yeah, the circle backs, love those. And what else? I mean, there are so many good custom decks coming out these days as well, from all the big brands. A lot of great collabs. I just saw the laser cut missing deck.
Crazy.
Nathan showed me that one. Absolutely insane. That's another case of like really playing around, like being very conceptual and like playing around with the medium itself. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. And then dealer script decks. I think the latest one is always my favorite, and I love having flowers and playing cards for some reason. I just think it makes sense. It, like, we call it flourishing, and it's also a thing I've seen on a lot of like historical decks or like older decks actually having plants or flowers on playing cards, and it is also kind of like a bunch of leaves that you're playing around with.
That's true. Huh. I hadn't thought about that.
I think is it papyrus or paper or cards? But there is some term that is basically named after leaves that has to do with playing cards. But it just makes sense. So I love the Sebel decks, and I think the latest Hollow Sebel Bouquet is a favorite of mine. And apart from that, also the OG errors. Yeah.
Fantastic. And this last question, as for this section, is who is your favorite cardist?
My favorite cardist. Kind of want to say, I think Patrick Barnabas is one of the legends. His style is just, it has a great combination of like flow and or like smoothness, and also speed that you can only really get to if you're very very comfortable with the material. And obviously his creativity is just next level. He's
Yeah.
so creative, and some of the packet cuts that I feel like they're especially around, I would say, the first few Cardistry cons, 2015, 2016. Every time he put out a new move, I was just blown away.
Totally.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Pat, who's been silently releasing like an insane amount of tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
program.
Yeah,
So,
he's a legend.
legend.
But also, I mean, apart from that, I think also Vive and Noel, two legends. And yeah, when I started out, my favorite cardist was Dan.
Specifically
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, because he created
Pandora.
Pandora and prequel, and at the time they did like the prequel contest, and
Yeah.
that move came out, and it was like the Pandora V2, and everyone was just like, "Oh my
prequel was
god!"
crazy.
And I feel like it also had different earlier iterations or earlier versions where they were slightly different, and there's just so much lore around this move. Kind of the same with your move, Kevin, Satellite.
Oh yeah.
I remember, I think I saw Chris Hesnes perform it before I saw you perform it,
Really?
which is really cool.
Cool. I didn't know that. Wow. Awesome. Great. Now we are getting into user submitted questions. I don't know why I always say user. They're like from people on Instagram. This isn't like some computer program.
All the butt questions. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So we have questions from our viewers. Someone asked, "Are you going to teach re-trigger on Patreon?"
So that's re-triggers 3, and then re, and then re. Okay, so that's the 5 packet one.
Yes.
I think it will. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
fantastic.
make a note of that. It is very difficult, but
I
I'll make a note
bet.
of it.
Yeah. I wonder if I know that Max Heathcock performs re-trigger on TikTok all the time. I
Yeah.
think he recently also did re-trigger in one of his videos.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Max, yeah, shout out Max.
Yeah. Next question. What direction is Dealer's Grip headed with decks?
Good question. I would love to explore more conceptual stuff in the future, like we just discussed. But yeah, in recent years I've just fallen in love with foils and with obviously with the windows and tuck cases and that kind of stuff. But it is also a balance, like trying new things design wise. I mean, some people really want new designs, but a lot of people also want new versions of previous designs. So it is a little bit of a balance,
Yeah, I can imagine.
balancing act. And recently, I've enjoyed doing new versions of different series of decks. But yeah, we'll see. I don't actually have that. I have some ideas. I always like have a few ideas in the sketchbook, but it isn't very structured. It just sort of happens, depending on what feels right at the moment.
Perfect.
Your face cards, feet.
Oh yeah, yeah. With
Frowny
my feet.
face. Yeah,
With my
feet.
feet. And,
Your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of that, there's a question here saying, "What's it like having an award-winning face? Is Brendan jealous?"
Oh, damn. Yes. Damn.
I mean, I'm still struggling to really figure out how I could do a V2 because I kind of want to do a V2. Like some people say it should be me as a baby. Some people say it should be me as an old man. Some people say I should be sad or angry or happy or yeah.
Angry
I haven't.
would go hard. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what that would look like.
yeah, some kind of weird face.
You should you know how all the brands are doing little flip book style decks now? You could have like a range of emotions. I don't know, something's happening. Say maybe like you dropped your lunch on the floor edition.
Yeah,
Like it's your face going from like
yeah.
free game.
Oh, someone also had the idea that it could be a different cardist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like
I don't
Who
know.
would be the
it
most
was affiliated with
random?
Dealer's Group.
Yeah,
Loom. It's got to be Loom.
Jerry Sostowski would go
Jerry
crazy.
Jassowski. Oh my goodness.
that's true.
Or DeVoe, like DeVoe
DeVoe's real face.
face.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Where you just do a random person's face and say it's DeVoe. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Next question. What's the connection between your music and your moves?
Oof, that's a good question. I mean, it is. They both really communicate what I like and what just my taste in general, and I think both kind of have a complexity to them, and a texture to them. So, or like, yeah, at least music-wise, I kind of like utilizing different textures and make, for example, running a synth through a cassette tape to get some kind of texture. I'm not really sure how that translates into cardistry, but yeah, it's difficult to describe. But both are very much an extension of my taste, 100%.
Are you using many like analog synths when you make music, or is it mostly in like I can use Logic?
I use Ableton.
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 Good old Ableton, yeah. But yeah, I love both drum machines and synthesizers, both new and old. Just think it's nice to have some kind of hardware stuff when you're making music. But there is also the element of like sometimes you just want to make something really quickly and just you don't want to do the setup and get ready. You also want to do it on the fly, but and then obviously it's good to have a lot of good samples or like a bank of field recordings. Like I feel like sometimes when you have a set or have a good pack of field recordings and you use them again and again, it sort of becomes your signature a little bit.
Nice. What's the best sounding card thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it the riffle
question.
of the shuffle, or is it like? Or is it?
I mean, there is. I mean, yeah. I think
That-
a nice packet drop. It's just or a closing Charlier.
Yeah, the flop. Yeah, the flop is nice. The flop goes crazy.
Satisfying.
Yes. Yes. This one you can do really loud if you like really
There's also the flip phones, the flip phone smack.
the smack. Yeah.
And actually, sometimes something I've noticed recently is if you do a spread, it actually you can sometimes hear that it's a tone that goes up or it pitches upwards because you have. I mean, it's very difficult to hear. It has to be completely quiet, and I think it's also more. You hear it more with very stiff stock decks, but sometimes you can kind of hear that the sound pitches upward as
And
you
then,
do the spread,
as you do,
because
not
you
just
have
like,
no, no, no,
whoa,
no, but like as you do the spread, you do it continuously. I think because yeah, I don't know,
damn.
but try it out.
We need to get someone to get a recording of that.
Yeah.
It's like some
But
Hans Zimmer shit.
it has to be a very stiff type of card. It's better.
Damn, that's cool.
Next question. Cardism or cardistry?
Oof. Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Cardism.
This question should have been laid to rest, but it's being asked anyway, which is, what does ATM stand for?
It just it's just what money machine is called.
Yeah, it's an automated teller machine.
Yes, exactly.
There's the other explanation in the Cardistry Con bundle, but we won't get into that.
No.
That's the lore. Um, so, so this one asks, having visited so many different cardist communities, how do you think they impact you slash your cards?
What was the question? How they?
Having visited so many different cardist communities, how do you think they impact you slash your cards?
Like actually visiting like communities around the world and
Yeah.
like how they um that's a good question. I mean oftentimes when I did the jam tour, the year of jam tour in the fall of last year, and obviously also going to all these different events. I was just in China like a month ago for a great event, CCC in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And every time people have all these ideas, and they often come to me and say like, you should do this design or you should revisit this move, and it can really be eye opening. And it's just great to hear from people what they appreciate and what they want to see more of, and that obviously guides me in the direction. In the right direction, but it is also just seeing people also at Cardistry Con, like seeing people make new connections. I think that's just amazing, and that makes me really glad. Yeah.
What is the main thing to be able to maintain enthusiasm and have such creativity?
The main thing to maintain enthusiasm and in creativity,
Yeah.
curiosity. Staying curious and also nurturing your and like remembering what you like and what you don't like. Actually, or at least for me, I think that that helps me like to be fine with saying I don't like that and I really like this. So not being afraid of like finding your little niche or focus.
That's an interesting take, that it's not just about what you like, but like finding out what you don't like by exclusion, so that you narrow it down to just what you prefer.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
there's a saying that if you keep your mind too open, your brains just fall out. You heard
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So we got three questions left. Thanks for sticking with us so far. This question is: Are there any fun stories from his trips with Tobias and Zach Mueller?
Mm. Oh yeah, we had some good that was really some great trips to Los Angeles back in, when was that? 2014, 15. That was kind of like, oh yeah, the 2014 trip was also for the first Cardistry
Yeah.
test round in San Diego after MagicCon, in a little back room, just for, what was it, 2 hours or 3 hours, and 20 people or something. But yeah, those were just some. It was the first time really for us, I think, we traveled for cardistry and like to actually meet with other cardists. We also did have the Trondheim trip, but it just felt like it felt like a big thing because it was a different continent, and it was it also, I feel like California also played a big, or like to us seemed like a very cardistry-esque place, because we'd watched Dan and Dave's videos so much, and it was just a connection. So yeah, it was. Those were great trips, great times. Have any crazy stories from back then? It was just amazing how much people on those trips like cared about cardistry and playing cards, and yeah, good times.
Good times. Someone asked, what card tricks does Oliver perform?
The biddle trick is my go-to card trick.
That's the go-to cardistry.
It's so good.
Trick.
It's so good.
I love it.
How do you vanish the card? Do you just go like this and it's gone? Like, how do you deal with like the fifth card going down to just 4?
I don't do like some people do like this thing where
The
they're
10th
like
vanish, yeah.
Yeah. I just do like little click thing.
Yeah.
And it's 4 cards.
Where you do 5 cards, 5 to 4.
I do 5.
I thought it was 4 to 3.
You do 4 to 3, Brendan?
I do 4 to 3.
I mean, that works as well. Yeah.
I do 5 to 4.
5 to 4.
And I've just, it just gets some great reactions for some reason. And
it happens in their hands
when they spread them.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It's also a pretty safe trick. Like, there's not a lot of stuff you can really mess up. I feel like,
Do you hit them with the pattern being like, I'm kind of rusty, so give me 5 guesses?
Yeah.
I kind of suck.
Yeah.
But Brendan's better. He only needs 4 guesses.
True. It's a skill gap.
Skill gap. All right. And last question from our viewers is, how do you create moves like Oliver?
That's a good question. I think, again, really understanding your own taste, what you like, what you don't like, and I think when you're creating something, it's really good to one way of a method I sort of used was to say, what if my 2 favorite cardists sort of got together and collabed on creating a move, and then imagining 2 different styles colliding. I think that's a fun little approach.
Insightful. That's nice.
But apart from that, also just understanding what you like, what you don't like, really. Also having some success in creating something, getting it out there, getting good feedback. Like, you need that in order to keep doing it. So it is, it's important to share it as well. both with friends and and also just in public to get some feedback. And when you finally get something you really appreciate and are proud of, it's just it's a great feeling.
That's great advice. Thank you so much, Oliver. Um, Brendan, is there any last stuff that you want to touch on to ask Oliver before we wrap this up?
No, I think that was a great combo. Plug your stuff.
Yeah.
What's coming up? What do we have to look forward to?
Cardistry Con
Where is it?
in what is it? Is it in 1.5 weeks?
It's in, oh
It's
my
in
god,
13 days.
13 days.
days.
But the festivities kick off like
Oh, yeah, that's true.
before then, so.
That's going to be awesome. That's in New York on September 27th, 28th. Yeah, super excited. Everyone's going to be there. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, everyone go up to Oliver and ask him to perform Friffle. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or the Biddle Trick.
Or the Biddle trick. Ask
Yes,
to see his Biddle
yes.
trick for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do the Biddle Trick.
Let's do the middle trick.
Michael Host is going to be or Michael Stern is going to be
Michael
the host,
Host.
not Michael Host. Michael Stern is the host once again. The best host
Fabulous.
ever.
Oh,
Yes.
I can't wait.
And it's going to be awesome. Apart from that, I have Dealer's Grip. And I make some playing cards through Dealer's Grip sometimes.
Dealerscript.com, Instagram.com
Yes.
/dealerscript. And you also have your Patreon. Where can people find you? How can people find you?
Go on Patreon and search for Oliver Sogard, or go to the bottom of the Dealer's Grip homepage. You'll see a link as well.
Fabulous. Is that all?
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
That's all she
Thank you
wrote.
so much for coming on, Oliver. We really appreciate it.
Thank you
And
for having me. Big
Absolutely.
pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.